Hi, Dove here, and today we have a new episode in the art session series. So today will be, I'm kind of recording things differently now where hopefully you can see the reference board I have, because usually when I record my videos, when I'm using either Photoshop or Clip Studio Paint, usually CSP, I try to record, because there's a way where you just record the program itself and not like the full screen, but I just wanted to show you what I actually have while I'm drawing or painting. I pretty much use PureRef for my reference board program thing. It's free, although you can donate. And I basically have this like compilation of all sorts of reference photos of Evangelion, right? Some of them are like artworks, some of them, I think most of them are action figures. I just found them online. This one's a painting, really cool one by Linger FTC. Right? That's so cool. I mean, look at the yeah. So I wanted to continue the series. I just want to get better at something. And I did try drawing, right? But maybe I don't know. Should I just? Because in the last video I did do some I did do a colored version, but I don't know, should I stick to grayscale for a while or something? So let me just pick a brush here. Or should I focus on painting instead of drawing? Because I do know drawing is a fundamental skill, right? But because when I'm painting, I think I feel more comfortable when I'm painting. Basically when I'm not using line work. I think this one's okay. This flat brush. I'm gonna use no colors, black and white only. And I just want to study the form, right? What makes an Evangelion or this kind of mecha thing a mecha Evangelion, right? This one's kind of hot. Very fashionista. I forgot this girl's name. I think she's my favorite one. Obviously, these are the three originals: Rei, Asuka, and Shinji. I forgot her name. She's like the hottest one, I believe. For me, anyway. Everyone has a type. You know what? Let's try doing a silhouette of the Evangelion. So this is the reference we have over here. Oh God. I don't have the pen tool where I can draw over... Yeah, I'll try that next time. But anyway, hopefully you can see the cursor. I'm gonna try and copy this guy a little bit, and we'll use black, right? And what's so cool about this approach when you're not drawing, when it's not line work based, is you can just pull and push things. For example, right now I'm putting in some black, right? I'm doing this, but I can select the background, a white, and I can erase or paint over that. So it's a very comfortable way of, for me anyway, I think it's easier for me to do this than say doing the line work. I mean, I can do it if I force myself, but if this is what I'm good at or what comes easy to me, then this is what I'm gonna do. I think I would recommend the work of, what's his name? Richard Anderson or something, or Flaptraps. He's known for using a lot of, he does a lot of these black and white sketches, and yeah, I think he has a similar approach where he's not really drawing the contour lines, right? He's more of a big picture guy. And for example, right here, I can just straighten things out, selecting the white, erase this part, select the black, and there's something here, right? So I'm really playing with the negative, positive shapes here. It's way easier, less stress for me. And if this is what I'm good at, then, F it. But at the same time, I am struggling with, because I do know drawing is like line work, contour drawing. It's a fundamental skill. So I feel like I'm not improving if I don't do it at the same time. But it's one of those things, like you won't know the proper right technique. Well, yeah, but I think the best technique is the technique you use, because you can keep wondering what's the best technique to use, but if you're not actually doing anything, you're not drawing, you're not painting, well then you're meanderings or your entire thinking process or about this issue is pretty much useless because you're not doing anything, right? So don't be that guy, with the whole and have this whole analysis paralysis thing, which is so common in our, artsy community. We're very dreamlike. We like to dream, right? But we like to fantasize all sorts of things. On a guy. But we need to do something with that imagination. Our strength is imagination, but we can't. But our weakness is that very thing as well, where we just get stuck in la la land. Why not imagine stuff, which is cool, and then draw it out, paint it out. Don't just leave it in your mind to be, like all sad and empty and unexpressed, right? That would be so sad. Imagine the world that you're thinking of right now, that you constantly imagine, but no one gets to see it because you're too freaking lazy and you like to procrastinate and you're always thinking about, what style should I do? It's so dumb, so. And when I'm talking about you, I usually mean me because it's kind of what I'm going through sometimes, right? Do you see how easy it is to do this? Kinda. Now, it is a bit rough, so hold off the judgment. But it is amazing, right? And it's not you need to find what are the major shapes that make an Evangelion. I do think it's a little more pointed, so you could try that. The one I have looks kind of weird, and I don't like it. So maybe there's more space here or something. Oh, I know. Let's erase this part, right? Do this. Make it more sleeker. There you go, that's it. And when you do things this way, you're only really focusing on two major values, black and white. You can even try grayscale, meaning you add some gray values in between. So you have black, you have white, and you have everything in between, but you don't have color. Because if you add color, I think it just complicates things and you start to overdo it, right? Right now, I think when you're just trying to figure things out, trying to get the gist of something, just go for some black and white sketches. Again, a good recommendation would be Flaptraps or Richard. Hopefully I'm saying or remembering his name right. Richard Anderson, right? Oh yeah. So, I don't know, the horn thing is kind of weird in my end, but see? So it's kind of the same. So let me just cut out this guy right here and make the neck more rounded, right? There you go. And then just do the artist. God, I'm so freaking cool right now. Look at that. Right? Not bad. I mean, it's a very basic, but again, based on the last video, what was the main lesson? One sketch is not enough, right? We have to do more. So let me focus on this guy. I think his name or the name of this specific mech is Ava 2. So it's the purple one. So I want to get good at drawing the head here. And again, notice how most of these reference photos are toys. Look at that. They're so cool too. And I've seen people who do these sorts of photo shoots with their figures, and they'll even photo bash some parts in it. It looks so, like concept art-ish, right? So here we have, let me just zoom in a little bit. I think my canvas is too far away. Next time I'll make the recording sort of a box a little smaller so I can because there are some tools. By the way, I'm using Bandicam for my screen recordings. I'm missing out on certain tools because it's kind of off screen because I'm capturing pretty much the full screen of this thing or of my desktop. Alright, so let me just get the gesture of it. By the way, gesture doesn't have to mean just lines. It could mean like the massing of it, that can be part of the gesture. See that? I'm capturing the horn, the side things, and right here. We can even capture a little bit of the It has this, I'm not sure what these part is. It's some kind of it's part of the shoulder like armor. I think a knife comes out of one of those, like a blade. Hopefully you've seen the anime. It's pretty old, but I still don't fully understand the story, but I don't know. It's just the way everything is designed, how it's sometimes confusing. There's something about it, you know? Sometimes it's a lack of clarity or that sort of a mysteriousness. It just adds to that sort of attractiveness. Like it makes you want to sort of figure things out. Like you don't want to be too easy, right? Yeah. Anyway, do you see this part right here? I see more light areas, so let me just select the white and do this, right? Ooh. Right? And do this. And when you're doing this, make sure you have your keyboard close to you, because I do tend to make the brush really small to really big very quickly. So I do recommend using the keyboard or some kind of like shortcut. Because I know some tablets have like buttons on the side. So if you're more into that sort of technique or process, then do that, because it's easier, it's faster, and yeah. So, oh shit, do you see how cool that looks? Wait, it's not even there yet. I'm so like excited. Like sometimes I imagine myself being this great artist, and then the moment I do something, it like sucks. But you know, we have ambitions, you know, we have dreams, and that's okay, right? You can do that. Look at energy, power. We have some stuff here. It's very messy in the back. Oh, I know. I'll make it gray. Dark gray. The further it is back, the grayer or the less darker it gets. I learned that from one of Fengji's videos a long time ago. Like just search for typical environment concept art pieces. They have the same formula. Foreground is way darker than the background, right? And look at how it fades out. Right? I would consider this kind of a gesture drawing. Well, it's not a drawing. Painting? I don't even know, but it's very, I'm trying to capture like the spirit of it. You know, the form may not be as clear, but the vibes are there. So we have like a bit of that, a bit of this, right? Man, that's oh yeah, onegai. I'm not sure what that means. Onegai. By the way, there's this new anime. Well, it's a recent anime. I've been watching it. It's a romance anime. Mirai in Love. Hopefully, you guys or some of you have seen the show. It's so funny. The animation style, I think, it's part of the. It's not as like. It can appear slideshow-ish, but it works for the theme of the show. Although they do highly compensate with the voice acting, highly recommended. If you're into something that's funny, romantic, and just good vibes kind of anime. Mirai in Love. Now, you do need to be more open-minded when it comes to the animation style. You know, I still like it. I know some people don't like it. Like they want things fully animated all the time. So just remember, it will appear slideshow-ish sometimes, but I don't mind because it just works for the story. And again, they do overcompensate or compensate rather with the voice acting. Like it's above average level of voice acting, so it's good. So there you go. Too far, do that. So I'm not sure if I should capture the body as well. So kind of like this. I'm really more fascinated with the head design, so why am I skipping to the body, right? So what makes the head the head? Let me do this, and let me use a smaller brush now. So now we have a bunch of big brush strokes laid out here. Now we can make our brush a little smaller and add a little more detail into our work, right? So we do know the head design is kind of like this. It kind of has that angry look to it, right? Oh, wow. Let's try this. Oh, another artist I do recommend who's kind of, I just feel like their work can fit here. JaeCheol Park. I will link these two people. I will try to link them in the description below. So Richard Anderson or Flaptraps and JaeCheol Park. So let me just what am I doing here? Right? I could add color, but right now I just want to get the vibes of something without having to use color. And I want to learn from that process, right? So as you do this, you will see a bit more variety in terms of values. I am not just picking black or white. Sometimes I'll pick something in between. Because as you go into detail, you're going to get a little more nuance, so it's going to happen, right? And what's cool about this kind of technique is you can paint over your mistakes. So you're not really erasing anything. You're always either painting something in or painting something out, right? And you're doing this in one layer. It takes the pressure off. I know it's sort of like when you think of when you say, oh, I'm painting on one layer or sketching on one layer, it feels in the beginning. I used to feel this way where it was so pressuring, but over time you do have fun with it, and it actually has less pressure because if you have so many layers, and you have to go back and forth, especially if you're trying to organize them, it just to me anyway, it just like I'm even more stressed, right? So everyone's different. So I do know. What am I doing here? Christ. Kind of like this. What am I doing? Some kind of lighter value. There you go. So I want to make sure that you see this part right here. Try to work on this part, right? There you go. Right, and I want to. Do you see this part right here? There's a negative space, so I'm gonna paint over that. Do you see that? Ooh. I'm gonna ignore this for now because I think it's adding a little too much chaos. So, by the way, this is something I'm still learning, like picking and choosing what I should leave in or leave out when I have reference. I have the bad habit of copying things 1:1. It does work, like I get to illustrate something, but sometimes I forget to, when I'm trying to study something, that's not a good thing to do. I mean, you can do it. It can be a part of your study, but yeah. It's not always useful. You want to be able to break things down part by part, right? I want to work on the mouth a little bit. It does point here. You can't even see the mouth too well, but oh, I know, it's kind of like this. There it is. Perfect. Thicken this up a bit. Pringles can thick. Oh, easy. Tuna can thick. Oh yeah. Okay. Try this. See that? That minor adjustment now, it makes our mecha, Ava, look a little more. See that? You want to notice these angles. For example, do you see this? How it goes like this? Go here. Grab white. Do this. Right? So, I think it's too thick. So let's just, pick white. I just want to make it a little thinner. Kind of like that. Paint in some of that gray back. There you go. Right? Not a bad sketch. Well, the head looks horrifying, but wait, I want to do the focus on the head a little more. I mean, the arms, I get it's okay, but the head, I feel like I'm not doing a good job. I want to be a little more defined. So let me just zoom in a little more and try to really add some more fluff. For example, this part right here, like what the hell is that? And again, it's okay to not get it right in the beginning. It's gonna happen anyway. But you're gonna have to at least try, right? Oh, I know. Let's just do this. It's like a triangle. Excuse me. Oh, do you see what's wrong? Look at the eye. The eye is actually higher or in line with the horn, but my eye here is below it. So let me just put the eye higher, maybe. Kind of like here. Now it's even worse. Let me reverse it. Oh my god. Or maybe the horn is the thing that's wrong. Okay. Okay. Now I'm pissed. Now I'm mad. Pain. This happened, by the way. I'm giving you some real world content here, because it's not always gonna be a perfect study. Jesus. Let me just see. I'm procrastinating. I'm not supposed to be working on the back, but I am. Let's do this. Let's try again. Or maybe it's because I'm too zoomed in. So let's try to solve our solutions from far away. Thumbnail view. There you go. So let's try to construct it right there. Oh, I know. It's okay. Let me get this. It's kind of like, oh, fudge. A little bit of this. Can we solve our problems in just pure black and white for a while? I think we can. What am I doing wrong here? Okay. This is harder than I expected it to be. Oh, I think I'll try to find, and I'll try to cut something here with white. Maybe that can solve things, right? And then I'll cut some more. Okay, I think it was just too thick. So again, it helps if you have that negative space mentality. You're either working from the main subject outward, or you're working from outward to the main subject. Hopefully you got that. By the way, I do see your questions and comments. I'm just not. I'm getting too many. And as my channel is growing, oh, wow. I can finally say that, guys. Oh, God. But if something comes up often, I may do a video on it. So if you're wondering why I haven't commented, it's too much. And yeah. But I do read most of it. I try to anyway. Let me just draw I know. Then I'll make this sort of gray. And because I want to make this eye pop out even more for some reason. Oh, there you go. Perfect. Kind of like this. And one day I want to be able to just draw random Evangelions off the fly because it just looks so cool. Right? Yeah, that makes a little more sense. Do you see that? Oh. Observation skills to the max. Right? Do you see how it makes a little more sense? It's kind of like this, right? It's not really white. I want something light gray. Right? Okay. I'll eventually stop because I think I'm overdoing it, or I'm spending too much time, but you get the point. Right? Maybe don't draw contours for now. If you really suck at it, maybe just try and do things this way. Whatever technique this is called, where it's a big brush, small brush, where you go back and forth, where you change the size, like you can go from here, and seconds later you can go here, right? It's much more fluid, I think, and it's much more fun. By the way, if you like the brushes, obviously you can check them out. I'll link them in the description below, as I do always. So you don't need my brushes, you can use a round brush. But obviously, if you have a flat brush, or if you don't have a flat brush, rather, check mine out. Or I think Flaptraps, Richard Anderson, I think he does sell his brushes. And he likes to use a lot of flat brushes as well, so you can check those out. But obviously, you're here on my channel, so I feel like I need a bigger stroke here, right? I think that's a cool looking sketch. Is it not? I think it is, right? And try to capture things this way. It's much more... Oop. I still don't know how to do like the chunks, like which part is which. It doesn't matter. I can figure that out over time and learn as I go. Right now, it's just... Look at that. That's a cool sketch, huh? Oh my god. Master. Look at that. Badass. That's a good study. So that's it for this art session. Hopefully you learned something. Again, recommendation, don't spend too much time doing studies. Try to keep this sustainable. Just do like a 15 to 30 minute session every day, and I think that's enough. Kind of like what I'm doing. So you can it's much more manageable this way. So hopefully this video helps you. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.